scouting comes into play, right? But we're going to assume that scouting's been taken care of and they've seen some birds in the area. But decoy spread, and how long should they be sitting?
Well, for me, I've definitely, after just years and years of turkey hunting and understanding a lot more about their language and understanding that there are different, where you got mature turkeys, let's just call it a long-beard turkey, which could be a 2-year-old and beyond, and even a Jake. Every year can change as far as the culture of that flock, meaning the dominance and the pecking order. So on a year where you have an unbelievable record hatch of young turkeys where you got a lot of Jakes, and let's just say you got one of those years where you got 5 or 10 Jakes running in these big bully groups, that can make turkey hunting really tough that year, because even though you got old turkeys, these Jakes will definitely bully your other turkeys around. So, however, with that said, if you watch that, it will let you know that the best decoy to have is no doubt a gobbler decoy. I prefer just a quarter strut Jake decoy. I very rarely bring any hen decoys because I become the hen and I want that turkey to typically find me. So I either use Jake decoys or gobbler decoys or no decoys at all. So I have found that unless you're in a very, very open terrain, decoys can not necessarily help you in every case. So with that said, Turkey 101 would be to use a Jake decoy, especially in an open area, set that decoy up, and obviously start calling. And the trick would be, if once that turkey gets within that 150 yard range, that he can see, he heard the sound, he's coming to the call, he visibly sees that Jake. Well, he knows the hen's there, he hears that, he wants to breed. So here's your opportunity. If this turkey has any type of manliness to them, if that's a term I can use in 2021, if he has any kind of get up and go, obviously he has sex drive, because he wouldn't be answering the call and coming searching for this hen potentially to breed her. If he sees that gobbler decoy, there's one or two things going to happen. He's either going to start gobbling and circling and getting very nervous, or he's going to immediately see it, and I mean it's on, and he's coming as fast as a turkey can come, and you're going to kill him quick. So it's a great tool to use with kids. It's a great tool to use when you're in a blind. Now, if your hunting areas is thicker, here's something that I do that's very unorthodox that I use all the time, and it's so deadly that it's ridiculous, is I will not use any decoy, but I will tote a decoy. I will have a decoy, a half strut, like a lot of the turkeys, decoys is used to reap turkeys or to, sneak on turkeys, however you want to call it, or fan them, whatever, or a fan. I will set up and I will do everything in my ability to old school, just yelp this turkey right to the gun barrel. I just like that vibe of that. Personally, that's a good feeling. Turkey's coming in. You got to depend on your camouflage. You're trying to entice this with your sexiest hen yelps. He's coming in. He's looking. This turkey is looking for a hen. So therefore, you're sitting still. You're trusting on your camo, and you're trying to shut up at the right times and draw him in. So if he will come that way, I will never even gamble with the fact that if I got a decoy sitting out there, because here's the biggest misconception with decoys. People will say, well, this turkey didn't like my decoy, or this turkey is decoy shy, or this turkey knew that was a foam decoy or it was fake, and I don't like that brand of decoys because turkeys run from it. Turkeys, again, are not that smart. They have either been spurred upside the head or they are getting it all. So the ones that's getting it all are the easiest to kill. When they come in and see a hen or a gobbler, they have confidence and they strut right in there, and usually that's the ones you take home and you're calling your wife or you're calling your dad, before school and saying, dude, he come tore up my decoy and it was on, or he come in and jumped on the hen. Now, the reason I use a gobbler decoy a lot more than I do a hen, a lot of times a turkey will come in and people say, well, he didn't really like my decoy, he stayed out from it. So if you're going to use just a hen decoy, put your hen decoy very close, 10 yards most. Because a lot of times, if you'll pay attention to gobblers strutting with hens in the field, they're not right up on them. They don't come right up on them. They'll stay 20, 30 yards, and they're displaying. It's just kind of like us when we were kids at the mall, sitting out at the arcade, kick back with our new Air Jordans on, like, what's up, what's up? We're not walking close to them or right up on them when they're playing Pac-Man. We're sitting back waving and flexed all up and waving and being cool. So these gobblers do the same thing. So what I do with no decoy, Now I'm not, and I'm eliminating this turkey that's been spurred. I'm also eliminating the turkey that's dominant that could be tricky to kill without a decoy. And he might see something and he don't see what he wants. And he's like, I'm not wasting my time. I mean, this hen ain't showed herself. I'm back over the ridge. At that point, I literally will take a decoy, and when he goes behind the tree, I will pick it up and I will show it to him, and I can twist it. I can manipulate him. I got my reel tree on. I got all this stuff happen so many times, Katie bar the door. But a lot of times a turkey that's subdominant, he's gobbling, and I promise you some of your listeners and viewers are seeing this. I have a turkey working. He's gobbling his brains out. He's coming. You called the first time, and from the time you sat down 10 minutes later, you can almost see him. All of a sudden, he walks out. You got a hen and a Jake decoy out there. This turkey's gobbling. He comes in strutting. He sees the decoy spread, and he gets uncomfortable and starts circling, and he walks off. And you're like, dude, this dude freaking hates Primo's decoys. Had nothing to do with the decoys. Had everything to do with this turkey walked up, and he said, oh, my God, Daddy's home. What am I thinking? I believe that's the same joker that run a spur up my butt and whoop me. I'm leaving. So eliminate that guesswork. That same turkey, you will know when you go home, I could have killed him without a decoy. Well, then the time you don't put it out a decoy, guess what happens? He gobbles. He gets in there about 60, 70 yards. He's through some thick pines or through some sweet gums. He will not come in. And you're thinking, God, if I had just stuck the decoy out, he would have seen it and he would have come on in. Well, that's when you can show it to him. Again, that falls into that category of, well, that's dangerous, or, man, that's reaping a turkey. That ain't hunting. Well, tell me the difference. All that is a better mindset of showing a turkey what he wants, and it eliminates certain things, because being successful in hunting is about a process of elimination, no different than fixing an air conditioner or fixing your car. And so I've learned that process of elimination with decoys is just that. So, yes, if you want to ask me personally in my long answer again, if I got one decoy to tote, it's a half strut Jake decoy. But I very rarely stick it out when I'm working a turkey. I use it and I show it to him. The only time I stick that decoy out is when I'm hunting Merriams or Rios. But if I'm hunting eastern turkeys that are hard-headed, that have an intense social structure of beating the fire out of each other, then that's the only time I use that. And to reemphasize biologically why I do it that way, well, all you got to do, if you've had any success with any type of Jake decoy, you think about the hunts that you've seen those turkeys run in, maybe 2-year-olds or a group of 5 Jakes, and come in and beat the living tar out of your decoy. Imagine living in that world. Imagine living in that world that you're a turkey that's walking around that's gotten beat up every time that he sees another turkey. He's not decoy shy. He's turkey shy. He's terrified. He really just wants to go hide, but he's got this inner being that says, wait a minute, I want to breed a hen. So I don't know why I gobbled. I'm not going to go close to these turkeys. Oh my gosh, he comes and he wants to just kind of look over the ridge. He just wants to see what's happening. I don't want to be in the party. I just want to hear it and let them know I'm over here. Maybe they'll accept me. But he walks in and he sees, oh my God, and I'm out. He's gone. He's trying to find a place to hide. So to kill those subordinate turkeys are the hardest turkeys to kill. Everybody thinks that those turkeys that do that are the big long spur turkeys. 90% of the time, they're the 2-year-olds, or maybe they are an older turkey that just don't have the social structure. They're definitely not, they're not Bruce Willis off Die Hard. And so that's a long answer, but turkeys are very deep in their psyche. They're very deep in their pecking order. And you just got to realize that when you put these decoys out. It's not like a duck. A duck is looking for movement. They're looking for social structure. They're looking for other things. There's safety in numbers. A turkey is an outsider. You're an outsider. And so that's why these turkeys who see or hear a call that's an outside sound, they're curious, they're excited, and then they see a turkey that is not of their social structure. Those dominant turkeys are coming immediately, and they're the easy ones to kill. So a lot of those turkeys that beat up your decoys, you go look, next time you kill them, they'll be your big ones. There'll be some big long spur turkeys. And you think, my God, to be an old turkey, that was the easiest turkey I ever shot. So sometimes the long spurred dominant turkeys without a hen, or in a situation he's got hens, you can take a Jake decoy, that dominance factor, and you can flip his switch, and you can completely take the bully that he has within him and manipulate him into your frying pan and put him back in Lake Crisco and eat him with some bread and cold beer.
Yep, those are the fun turkeys.